Good evening, comic friends. It is Wednesday, and therefore time for another TGIW. Thank God it is Wednesday. First, I hope that everyone's doing well and being safe and making smart decisions, no matter where you fall on any type of political stance. I know there's some crazy stuff going on right now, and this is not a political channel or anything. I'm not going to get into anything, but I just hope everyone is being smart and safe. I was considering whether or not I was going to do this episode today. It just seems like there's so much going on that it just seems, I don't know. There's so much going on. It seems like sitting here talking about comics, but at the same time, we can't let things like this distract us from the things that bring us joy. We can't, then they win, right? So I decided to go ahead and do this anyway. But that's all I'll say about it. Just be smart and safe. All right. Man, it just gets worse and worse. It just gets there's gotta be a point. There's gotta be a breaking point. Where soon I won't be able to hold these in my hand. This is bad. It's not bad. A lot of good stuff in here. A lot of fun stuff. I bought it because I wanted it. But it's a lot. Now there are. Just look. I'll explain as I go through. As far as reading is concerned, it's not as bad as it looks. Because there are duplicates in here. Some at least. Some duplicates, but it is a lot. All right, so. Amazing Spider-Man 56. Funny, it was super easy to get this book, but it was super hard to get 55 last week. I wonder why. Because this cover is meh, and 55's cover was insanely awesome. The part of the problem this week was these Alien variants. And I love Alien. I love the Alien franchise. I'm so happy that we're going to get a book. I'm excited for it. These variant covers are great. So I picked up the ones I could find. And Amazing Spider-Man was one of them. Though I did not learn from last week. I understand. I could have just gotten this, and I didn't have to get this one, because this one reads the same as this one. But this was the last one on the shelf, and it had a little bit of a spine tick in it. And I wanted to make sure I had an actual full near mint copy. So I have the full, super nice, pristine of this. And then, it's probably not major. It's one little spine tick. It's probably like a 9.6 or something. But that's why I have both of those. Similar thing with Spider-Woman. I have both for different reasons. So I go to 2 LCSs, and I always go to them in the same order just because of the path that I take. So the first LCS I go to, I do not subscribe to Wonder Woman. So I knew that this was the regular cover was sitting waiting for me at the second LCS, while the first LCS I went to had the Alien variant, and I didn't know if the second one would have it to swap it out. So to be safe, I bought this at the first place I went, and then of course I still have to buy this because I subscribed to it. So that's why I have both of those. Next, Venom. This I bought these 2 covers because I liked both the covers. So it wasn't got the regular cover. Though I think this is also a variant. So I didn't get the regular cover, right? I didn't get the regular cover. I just got 2 variants that I liked. This I'm not sure who draws who did the regular variant, but that's great. This is, yeah. I'm surprised this didn't get not it wasn't quite as good as last week's regular cover, but that's still a great cover. And then the alien variant, super cool. I also picked up Knock 'Em Dead, so this is number 2. So this is Aftershock. I liked the first issue, so I picked up the second to see how far I want to go with the individual issues. But I thought I'd at least give the second one a chance. And then I picked up The Last Witch. This is Boombox, so it's an imprint of, from what I understand, it's an imprint of Boom Studios, but it's more like the kid-friendly sort of book. But I thought I'd give it a chance. So I picked up both the regular covers, and I wasn't going to pick up any variants of this until I saw this, a Peach Momoko sketch variant. So first of all, that's super cool. And there's a couple things I really liked about it, aside from being Peach, is that it doesn't look like normal Peach. The line work doesn't look like normal Peach, and you don't very often see Peach stuff without colors. And I think that's because so much of her style comes from the coloring. So to see it without colors and see just a sketch image, I thought was really, really cool. So I picked that up. Whether or not this book is cool, this cover is beautiful. I mean, I always say that Peach is heavily influenced by older anime or older manga. And this really starts to show through here. The style, it's more detailed than what you'd see with older manga, but the general style is there. All right. Guardians of the Galaxy 10. Alien variant only. Alien variant only. I had the regular cover in my box, and then I swapped it out for the alien cover. See, I am learning. Maestro, this actually came out a couple weeks, but the comic shop that I subscribed this to was shorted, and it just came in this week, so I have that now. I'm excited because I like this story, and I believe this is the last issue, so I finally get to see how it actually ends. Iron Man 5. This I don't. Was there an alien variant of this? Maybe I missed it, or maybe there wasn't. I'm not sure, because I think every other Marvel ongoing had an alien variant. Anyway, if there is, let me know, because then I'll know whether I need to go seek it out. But Iron Man 5. Juggernaut number 5. I think this is the last issue of the Juggernaut miniseries. It's been fun. I love Juggernaut. Star Trek Year 5. I think this is starting a new arc. Or are we still? I can't remember. No, the last issue was the explanation of Gary 7. So it's that, I think that's that continued arc. Really good. Thor 11. I've been really digging Donny Cates' Thor. This current storyline, the return of Donald Blake, I think is a really interesting idea. I think Cates does some really good stuff with in Marvel, and I don't think this is any different. So that's fun. Symbiote Spider-Man number 3. We've got Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau there on the cover. I'm still not sold on these. Like, this is a King in Black tie-in, but why? It seems like it's just a symbiote Spider-Man story. And same with the King in Black Namor. It takes place in the past. It has nothing to do with what's going on in the present in King in Black. Unless something is going to somehow tie it into the end. But if so, then I don't know if that's really fair. If it's labeled as a King in Black tie-in, I expect it to be full King in Black, but that's not the case. Now, don't get me wrong, I'd be getting either of them anyway, because I love Black Suit Spider-Man, I love Namor, they're both good stories, but it seems a little deceitful, at least at this point, to call them King in Black tie-ins. Eternals 1. I do enjoy Eternals. Man, they went crazy with the variant covers on this one. On just like not even like ratio variant covers, just in the shop ratio covers. There were tons of them. But I do love Eternals. I've read Volume 2, that 12-issue maxi series that came out in the 80s, late 80s, I think, is really, really good. Having read through all of the first volume of What If, it gives like the backstory of the Eternals. So I have read a handful of Eternals. I would like to read the first volume. I don't know if that's something I want to complete a run in, but I would like to see that like in an epic collection. I know there's like a big hardbound omnibus of Eternals, but that format really isn't for me. But yep, Eternals. We have Crossover. Issue 3. I'm still enjoying Crossover. I know it did not land as hard as people had been hyped up. This cover is this series of covers is kind of cool. There's a bunch of them where the main character there is like she's reading different image books. There's this one. I think there's a Walking Dead one, probably a Spawn one, and so on. I think there's a Cyber Force just because it was the best condition one. Maybe different ones are worth more, but I think they're all, unless there's a secret out there, it very well could be a secret. But I think they're pretty much ratio the same. And then I did pick up a variant for this one just because this version, I think it's the version of the normal cover, but you can see a Gundam standing there, and I love Gundam. That's so super cool. Yeah, because the normal trade dress is this crossover up there, but I guess I'm not getting a whole lot extra with the version because it's just black behind it. But it looks slick, so I picked that up. It wasn't a whole lot. Scouts Honor #1, another Aftershock joint, and I've been really enjoying Aftershock stuff, so I'm giving most of their stuff a shot. I read the solicit for this in a previews when it was first solicited. I don't remember what the solicit was about. It was so long ago, but I do remember it sounding interesting enough. It's something with some Boy Scouts having to I think maybe defend the camp or something like that, if I remember correctly. I don't quite recall, but I picked that up, and I think this was a ratio variant, but I picked up a variant of that as well. So again, a lot of the stuff I have in that big stack is duplicates, right? Variants. A lot of it is. So let's see. Let's get to that later. I picked up this Miles Morales Alien cover. I don't read Miles Morales Spider-Man, but it was an Alien cover, so I wanted to get it because I love aliens. Let's see what else. New off the shelf. All right. Here's what really kind of hurt. Future State started. So I don't have any of my normal DC titles because they're all on hiatus for Future Sight. So going all in on Future Sight, I love a good alternate universe story, which Future Sight is. Alternate future stories, especially, and that's what this is. And I want to read something DC that I really enjoy. It's been a long time. Batman has been great. I like Batman. Detective has been okay. Aquaman has been okay. Black Label stuff has been mostly pretty good. But I haven't really been like, oh, this is really cool about a DC book in a while. I'm hoping that this does that for me. We'll see. So, got Wonder Woman, Swamp, obviously most excited for Swamp Thing, Superman of Metropolis, Harley Quinn, The Flash, and the new Batman. And I think that there's more coming out next week, and these are all either 2 issues or 4 issues long. So hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's a fun little event. It's self-contained. It's not bleeding into other titles, which is great. But DC is going to get a little bit of my money for the next couple weeks at least, which is rare these days. All right. So I picked up some old stuff as well. So in my awards episode, I think it was, might have been something else. But I had mentioned with we only find them when they're dead that I had picked up the first issue and planned to get the rest in trade. However, I have been told that I should reconsider that, and that it is probably ranks high enough on my indie-o-meter to read them in individual issues, and I trust those people, so I believe them. So I picked up We Only Find Them When They're Dead issues 2 through 4. While I was poking around Boom stuff, I also picked up an issue of Red Mother #1, because why not? Let's see. And this came in for me. This was a special order. It is Amazing Spider-Man Epic Collection #7. This is actually it was out of print for a while. So the first print of this was going for like $120 or so on eBay, but thankfully they did another printing, so I was able to get this. I don't know how much further. Let's see if this says. I mean, it might be third or fourth printing. I don't know how they do with these Epic collections and their printings and whatnot. Oh, here we go. Here's the indica. That's weird. Huh. It says first printing, but it says first printing 2020. That's weird because it's not actually. They printed this before. Weird. I'm not sure how far I'm going to need to go in the Epic collections. So this goes up to 123. So we get the issue after this issue, the death of Gwen Stacy. So, at what point do I just start reading my individual issues, and then the here and there the digital one. So I'm not reading my key issues, especially the ones that are slab. Like I'm not gonna be able to read my ASM 129. It's in a slab, and this falls short of that. Just falls short of that. So, and I think after this they start getting spotty, right? Because they don't come out with Epic Collections 1 through whatever as a sequence. They'll be like a 1 and a 5 and a whatever. I don't know if there is an 8 of this. So at this point, I probably have to start digging into issues and dealing with digital, which is fine. It's getting to the point where, if I have to read issue 124, as long as that isn't anything, the actual like Bronze Age issue, I'm kind of okay with reading my actual issue of that filler stuff. The earlier stuff, with the Silver Age stuff, I don't want to do that. I just don't want to do that. And then I got some other stuff from back issue bins. So as you'll see in an upcoming video, I got the very beginnings. I got I bought something from someone on auction. It was a lot that included Deathlock Volume 2, 1 through 5. And I was in that for other things, but I do love Deathlock, so I got that. And well, let's go ahead and do a Deathlock run. It shouldn't be too hard. It shouldn't be too hard to find. It's only 30-some issues, so let's go ahead and do that. So I picked up a handful of issues of Deathlock Volume 2. Not much. This is just from one of my LCSs from their half-off bins. So 13, 12, because these are not in order, 19, nice chromey cover there, 32, and Annual 2. So I have another LCS that I'll have to hit that has half-price back issue bins and see how much more of that I can fill out. But it's just another freaking run to fill. It seems every time I get close to finishing one, I pick up another one for whatever reason. I don't know. But I love them. I love them. I love reading them. I'm currently reading through Punisher Warzone. I got a full run of Punisher Warzone, and it is. And I feel like it's gonna be the same with Deathlock, right? Deathlock is a character created for '90s comics. Like I'm not saying like he wasn't created in the '90s. I get that, but he was created for '90s. He fits right into that '90s style of comics. Same with the Punisher. I understand the Punisher wasn't created in the '90s, but man, his '90s series, he fits in right at home. He fits in just over the top, guns ablazing. Just that is just that '90s style. So it fits really well. I'm loving Punisher Warzone. It's so much fun. They have Chuck Dixon is writing. They have Abnett and Lanning writing. John Romita Jr. Draws for the first like 12 issues, and I generally don't like John Romita Jr. I love John Romita Jr. not so much, but his work on that first part of Punisher Warzone, it works. It works. I really like it. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, that is it for this Wednesday. Again, it was. I have to carry these around in a box because there's just too many of them to just carry around. But yeah, this was not a cheap week. I'm hoping next week is a little bit nicer on the pocketbook. Good news is I've been getting a very steady stream of pressing work to help pay for this, which is why I do that. So that helps. Yeah, good times. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you got. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. And as always, don't forget to make yours Titan. This video was brought to you by Titan Comic Pressing. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Titan Comic Pressing LLC.